Hi, welcome to this short English tutorial looking at the present continuous tense. Now, the present continuous tense is a common English tense and it's used, and we're going to look at two reasons why it's used in this tutorial today. And so let me share something with you. And so we're going to look at a couple of examples here. So the present continuous, and it can have a couple of uses. Okay, it can have a couple of uses, and the most common one for using the present continuous is for actions in progress at this moment. Okay, actions in progress at this moment. This is one of the most common reasons for using the present continuous. So, for example, I can say, I am teaching a class. So I'm teaching a class. And that is a positive sentence. I am teaching a class. We can also add a time expression. We could say, I'm teaching a class right now. We could say, I am teaching a class at the moment. We could also say, I am teaching a class today. So we have present continuous there with three time expressions. And that's one reason for using the present continuous. A second reason for using present continuous is for actions sort of in progress, oops, excuse my spelling, around this time. So not necessarily right this moment, like in I'm teaching a class right now, but in around this time. So one of the common things is I would say is, I am watching a series on Netflix. So I'm not doing it at this precise moment, but because the Netflix series started maybe 2 weeks ago, it's continuing today and it will carry on for probably for a few more weeks. Now, when we use the present continuous, if we think about the grammar, so it's kind of simple. What we have is a subject, and a subject can be I, you, she, he, it, we, and they. These are our most common subject pronouns: I, you, he, she, and they. And we will use a subject. And the thing that comes next is the verb be, right? And be is our auxiliary verb, okay? And what comes next is a verb, but with the ing form. So you're going to have subject, you're going to have be, you're going to have the verb plus ing form. Now, the thing you have to be careful with here when you're using the verb be is, depending on the subject, you need to change the verb be. So we're going to say I am. We're going to say you. We are going to use you are. She is. He is. It is. We are. And they are. So we're using those subjects with that verb be, that auxiliary verb. Now, it doesn't matter what you do next with the verb, it's always going to be ing. So it doesn't matter which verb you will use next, it's going to be ing. So you're going to say, I am teaching, you are teaching, she is teaching, he is teaching, it is teaching, we are teaching, they are teaching. But one of the good things to do, I think, is to use contractions. Okay, use contractions. So in contractions are when you push the subject and the verb be, in this case, together. I think that's a really good thing. So if you would say, if you use contractions, you're going to go I'm, you're, she's, or he's, or it's, and we're, and there. So those are contractions, and of course with the verb as well. So I'm teaching, you're learning, we are studying. So we have this really a very common thing that native English speakers use. We always use a contraction, especially when we're speaking, because that's one of the most common things. Now, those are positive sentences. Okay, those are positive sentences. Now, for a negative sentence, we're going to add not. Okay, we're going to add not. And so now in the sentence, not comes after the verb be. I'm not teaching, for example. I'm not teaching. So what you end up using is you have your old subject, you'll have the verb be, and then you'll have not, followed by the verb with the ing form. Subject plus be plus not plus verb ing. I'm not teaching. This is a negative sentence. And now, as I said here, we can also use time phrases. All right, time phrases, time expressions, time phrases, time expressions, whatever you want to call them, expressions. And I would say like the most common ones are um, at the moment, right now, oops, right now, now, for example, today. And those are very common ones. We could also use things like this week. So this week I am teaching a lesson online. And of course, if we can use this week, we can use this month. We can also use this year as well. And I think personally, what that does is gives a feeling of uh, that this is a temporary situation, and a temporary situation. Because if you think about it, teaching, I'm teaching now. You know, it's it's temporary, isn't it? It's only for 10 minutes or 15 minutes in this particular case. It's not long term. Now, let's also have a look at, let's also talk about questions. How do we form a question? Well, in the present continuous, again, we're still using the same grammar. We still need a subject, we still need a verb, we still need an ing. But with English, you need to switch around the auxiliary and the subject. So for a question, what you're going to do is you will have the verb be, you will have the subject, you will have the verb with the ing form. Of course, you can also have a question word as well in front of it. Question word. So you could use where, what, which, or why, like so. So we can say, are you learning English? Or where are you learning? Where are you learning English? Okay, where are you learning English? So here we have two common questions and some background noise there. There is a man cutting the grass outside. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but he's getting louder and louder. And there's present continuous in action. So questions. So we got positive sentences, we got negative sentences, and we've got questions. And also we have time expressions as well that we can use with present continuous. Okay. So that was just a short tutorial giving you some basics about the present continuous. If you need more lessons on English, more English lessons, then please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll thank you for joining me today. Hope you have a great day.